Diets and workouts, you've done the work, so why can't you get to your goal weight? That's because up to 70% of your weight is predetermined by your genetics. So while you've been told that it's all about your willpower, you're actually fighting your biology. Don't do it alone. Found's Doctor Design program uses medication as part of a treatment plan that targets your body's unique biological needs, so that your body works with you and not against you. Take the quiz at joinfound.com to see if Found's weight loss program is right for you.
Welcome to the PowerCat Podcast, GoPowerCat.com's Kansas State Athletics Show. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Now, from the GPC studios, here's your host, GoPowerCat publisher, Tim Fitzgerald.
It's the overtime. Woo, woo. That was not actually fans yelling. That was me going, woo, woo. Kind of sounds like an owl.
Sound like an owl.
Okay. Tim Fitzgerald, Zach Carlson, Cole Carmody, Ryan Gilbert. That's right. The whole freaking gang is here. Would be the Jets.
When you're a jet, all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
I still haven't watched the new West Side Story. I need to do that. That's just an aside. We were just talking about, by the way, we're sponsored by Taco Lucha and Saloon.
The Saloon. Lucha and Saloon.
Lucha and Saloon.
And So Long Saloon are festive sponsors. Festive. And we're not even going there for lunch after this.
Unbelievable.
I know.
I might go on strike. And
I got things to do. I can't go to Aggieville. I got a dog to see that's on the west side of town. That's really what's going on. So we're going to go somewhere else. But anyhow, whenever you're in Manhattan, stop into Taco Lucha and So Long Saloon. It's the best place I've ever been put into a corral. It's the only place I've ever put into a corral. But they have now the street side corrals where you can drink legally on the street, waiting on your table. It actually works really well, only because they turn their tables so damn fast, you never feel like you've been forgotten, because even if you have to wait an hour, there's a lot of people coming and going in the process. It's really impressive. I love the tacos. Right,
that was bad. That was terrible.
You didn't even try.
0 out of 10.
Okay. I love the tacos.
1 out of 10.
That was half a point.
Can you say I love the tacos?
I love the tacos.
There we go. There he is. And, of course, the burgers at So Long are amazing.
I heard Lucha's bartenders are cute.
Oh, they're so sexy.
Are you, like, contractually obligated to mention that?
Oh, my God.
They have nice eyebrows, too.
Yes, they do.
I don't even know what that means. We were just discussing Zach Carlson's budding golf career. Zach is going to play in the Kansas Amateur Qualifier.
I'm going to try qualifying, yes, next Tuesday.
And you want to get in the 70s, right?
Just break 80.
Do you want me to come cheer you on?
No. You want a caddy for me?
Sure.
You know how to rake a bunker?
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day.
Good. So what's the problem?
I don't know.
Sure.
Hopefully I'm not in those.
So what's the guy's name in Happy Gilmore who comes out that shooter hires and he's always like, "Hey Gilmore, you jackass." That guy, you know what I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
What's his name? Does he even have a name?
I don't think he has a name.
I think Ryan should come out and be that guy for you while you hit.
You'd probably get kicked off the course.
That's my favorite scene from that movie is when he says that.
There we go. I'll caddy for you.
That's not my favorite scene from that movie.
Hey, is it legal to caddy with the beer cart? Like, I would drive the beer cart with your clubs and, like, strapped in like a passenger and then throw the clubs out because I'm not getting out. I'm drinking.
I don't believe that the beer cart, I don't believe that alcohol is permitted to be consumed during competition.
Don't tell Patrick Mahomes that.
That was an exhibition match.
He did good.
What if I said, they are playing the Kansas Amateur, I'm doing a drinking exhibition simultaneous to it, and then just pull it right up on the green. Beer cans spilling out.
What a mess.
I know. This is the overtime. If you don't understand what the overtime is, you're better off. Let's just be blunt. People ask us anything. We answer anything, and I have to bleep out Ryan Gilbert. Apparently, I missed one of his F-bombs last week.
You need to stop giving Fitz work.
I'm sorry, Fitz.
Because, particularly in the second half, because by the time I edit the first half, I mail in the second half. So if you say that magical word that starts with F and isn't Fitz in the second half, it's close to fun. It is a very fun activity in context, but it might get missed. So I apologize to the listeners for missing the word that rhymes with cluck in the second half of last week's.
I'm sorry.
And plus, Cole learned you don't just text the boss and say, hey, you missed a cluck in the second half. Will you please give me the time this happened so I approximately know where to look?
Yeah.
Although I have discovered, when in doubt, dump the sound into Otter and search for the word, and then you find the timestamp. If Otter doesn't...
Otter would probably actually put it in as cluck.
Yeah, if Otter puts it in correctly. Although the update to Otter is better.
Oh, is it?
It's much cleaner now.
Yeah.
It's much cleaner, which kind of is disappointing. Because who was it that Otter said was talking about porn last year? Was that Nigel Pack or something? Just totally out of context.
Yeah.
It subs in porn into the middle of a sentence. Boy, Otter.
Chris Climate.
That's my favorite.
Chris Climate. The coach that always knows the temperature. Who's got the questions? Who's asking? Colas, I just nominated you.
Can I ask one before we start? Do you guys think the guy that put on the message boards how to get to Go Power Cat listens to the overtime?
I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I mean,
he would be so confused by this podcast.
Oh, my God. I'm confused by this podcast, and I'm in charge. I don't understand the purpose of this podcast. I don't understand that it gets so many downloads.
People like making fun of us.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, Cole, continue.
Okay, go. Cole, ask a question.
Okay, first question of the overtime from Cole Cats 3. When can we expect the GPC TikTok to be released?
We have one.
We do have one. We just don't use it.
We don't use it anymore because I was putting up the daily deliveries. Why?
Didn't work.
Just because you have 3 minutes doesn't mean
exactly
it'll do well. And really, putting horizontal television style video into TikTok doesn't really play well either. It has to be an exceptional video for that to play well. You got to have something vertical.
Maybe we should have like a behind the scenes TikTok for us.
Nobody cares.
Like you just have like Ryan is just like on his personal TikTok. He's just like,
I will say this about the podcast. No one cares about seeing our faces.
Hey.
Nobody cares.
That's rude.
Nobody
I was told I was cute.
Hey, you're totally adorable when you can't see.
We could film our podcast. Nobody wants to look at us.
No, hey, look, if we put this podcast up as video, which I appreciate that some people do, it works for some people, you would see me petting the dog or checking my phone every time I'm not talking. And you'll think I'm a rude which I am, but I don't want to like be on the whole time. You know what I mean? Like I got to sit here and actually listen to you guys.
We'd rather edit the bad parts out.
That's exactly it. We will be doing some probably podcasts that'll also be video, but not this one.
But will it be on TikTok?
That's the
TikTok.
If we have a good clip,
Zach's exactly right. We need to figure out our niche for TikTok. But even look at K-State does really creative social media stuff, and I don't think their TikToks blow up.
Depends on what it is.
That's what we.
And the thing is, the TikToks that they make are not something that we can make.
Right.
So it's two different animals.
I think what we should do for our TikTok is just have Fitz do every single like popular dance that's out there. I think we should just do it, and we should put it on our TikTok because I think it would go viral.
No.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
No, what sells on TikTok is sexy. And I think me in limited clothing would be a bad idea.
I disagree.
Okay.
He's absolutely right.
There we go.
Where's my raise?
Weirdo.
Yeah, no doubt.
Next question from Snare Cat 3. Okay, this is a good question, by the way. Who can most accurately identify Coors/Bud/Natty/Busch/Miller/Michelob, etc. from a blind taste test? No guessing. I need hard data recorded live and sponsored by the fridge.
That's actually good. That would be kind of fun. That could be a TikTok.
Yeah.
It has to be you, Fitz, right?
I'm not that big a beer drinker.
Who's the bartender here?
Uh-huh.
I think it's skills,
You don't
probably.
drink. You don't have a variety. You don't drink enough variety of.
I've drinking all of those listed.
I have.
Enough to identify?
Well, I've drank
Only
Natty,
one way to
but
find out.
like briefly.
A beer is a beer.
I honestly
Generally.
think I would be able to tell the difference.
That is a really, really good idea, though.
Riley said that he would do this. He wants to be a guest on this podcast, so he could do it.
Yes! Yes! Did you hear that?
I feel like I would be able to identify Bud Light rather easily because it's disgusting.
Wow.
What a shame.
Hot take. Woo.
Unbelievable.
No.
So I think if Riley does this, I think what we do is when he he's blindfolded, he says, "That's Miller Lite." Wrong. That's the New York Knicks. What's his new hockey team?
The Panthers.
The Florida Panthers.
The Florida Panthers.
He's been a lifelong Panthers fan. Come on.
He loves.
How did this segment go from beer to Riley's sports team?
It's so fun. It's so fun to make fun of Riley Gates.
He loves Panthers that live in the Everglades.
It was also not a sound effect. That was me. Incredible. Lifelike.
That might be one of the worst mascots to fit a region.
The Panthers in Florida.
The Golden Hurricane in
There's
Tulsa.
Panthers in Florida.
Come on. It's Tulsa. Tulsa Golden Hurricane's the worst mascot.
It always happens typically when they move, the Utah Jazz. Right. A lot of that going on in Salt Lake City. It'd be fun. Why would they have that?
The worst one
is when it was the New Orleans Hornets were in New Orleans and the Utah Jazz was in Utah, Salt Lake City.
How you got lost in that? I don't know.
Utah? What?
Utah is the honeybee state. They should have swapped. And that would have worked.
Charlotte took back the Hornets.
And then Charlotte
Now
took
we
the
got
Hornets back.
Pelicans.
Yeah.
See, I think
the Lakers, like you said, Fitz.
I think it makes no
Should
sense.
be in Minnesota.
Because they were originally in Minnesota.
Oh, God, I feel so stupid now.
Yep, there you go. That's why they're the Lakers.
Yeah.
I think if Kansas City gets an NBA franchise, they should ask the Jazz if they can buy their mascot.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Considering how the Jazz, nothing in their logo is like a saxophone anymore, and they're changing their colors again this year.
Are they really?
I think they're going to be black and neon yellow. I think they've worn every color in the last 20 years that is on the rainbow.
And they need to change their mascot. Utah Soakers.
Well, hey, Hoodles, I was in the midst of a pretty good bender outside of Phnom Penh once.
It'll be popular with the kids.
What does that even mean?
Gotta move on. Oh, my.
It'll be so popular. The shirts. Oh, my God.
I have no comment at this point.
What were you saying, Ryan Gilbert? Before?
Why Jazz Kansas City?
Kansas City's known for jazz.
Yeah, but you got to keep the royalty theme going. Come on.
Yeah,
I don't know how
agree
they
with
do it.
that.
I don't know how they do
No,
it.
the
Monarchs.
You license Monarchs.
Monarchs.
You figure out a way to use Monarchs.
I agree. If you get an NBA team, it needs to be the Monarchs. But what's the little baseball team do? I thought that was a bad decision by the Negro League Museum
To let them use that.
Not that it isn't cool and wonderful, but I think it's obvious if they get an NBA team, it should be the Monarchs.
I think that then they would probably transition back to maybe they'll be the KC Strips instead of the T-Bones.
I like that.
What could be the mascot?
Anyway, I don't think I could accurately identify those beers that you listed, Snarecat. I don't.
Was that the question?
That was the question.
It was a good question. We
It
just
was
got
a
off
great
topic.
question. I think
We're off the rails.
we should do it. But we probably have to do it at the sponsors of this podcast, and they don't have all those flavors. Do they? No. They don't have Natty Light.
No, we can
Lucha only has Bush. That's the only American.
We can tell Mark to order us some for podcast purposes, right?
Well, we're going to have to film this at Saloon.
You were like the people that are not native to Manhattan or native K-Staters that call Aggieville the Aggie. Not the Ville. Everyone calls it the Ville. If you call it the Aggie, you are...
Everyone calls it Saloon.
You are
not the Saloon.
You are a soldier, most likely.
I am a soldier. I'm a soldier of truth and inappropriate jokes. Next question, please.
Next question comes from I Like Pickles Cat. Joey Chestnut and Usain Bolt are in a race. They have to eat a hot dog and run 100 meters. They can do so in either order, but not at the same time. No food in mouth while moving. Who wins the race?
That's just a good tip, kids. No food in mouth while moving.
Just want to say, this is what the overtime is about. This question...
This right here
is what
Pickles has a good understanding of what we're trying.
This is what the overtime is about.
Accomplished? Do we want to call it accomplishing?
We are accomplishing entertainment. Hopefully,
I am going with Bolt only because if he's slower at eating the hot dog, he will run right past Joey Chestnut, even if Joey's 80 yards down, 80 meters. Excuse me, I'm old. Down the way.
Okay, so Joey Chestnut ate 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Okay? So let's go ahead and do some math here.
And remember, at the very beginning, he's able to eat them quicker than at the end.
So 76 divided by 10 equals 7.6 hot dogs per 1 minute. Okay?
Math.
So...
He's probably eating 12 hot dogs in that first minute.
So, okay. Yeah.
But at the same time, he's also eating 2 at the same time. So... You know,
I like putting 2 hot dogs at the same time.
So 7.6 hot dogs per 1 minute. We'll conservatively say he can eat 9 hot dogs in 1 minute in the first minute.
Sure. Well, let's
now,
just
if
say
it's more than 1 hot dog, I'm going with Chestnut. But I think
it's just 1 hot dog.
But
Why
we're
are we
getting
talking about
Joey
multiple?
Chestnut can eat a hot dog in 8 seconds.
A hot dog in 8 seconds.
I think that's a very fair time.
I think with a little training, he could get
hot dogs are not hard to eat, but I've gone back and forth on this because Joey Chestnut is certainly a slow runner. There's no doubt that he's slower than Usain Bolt at running. I don't know how quickly Usain Bolt can eat a hot dog. I do know that at the Olympics in 2008, Usain Bolt did, I think, almost exclusively eat McDonald's chicken McNuggets. That was his meal. It was in the food court. That's what he ate. So
That's not even... Is that food? Nobody knows what's in there. What's he doing? Did you see the TikTok? Speaking of TikTok, see the TikTok where there's rumors that there's plastic in the nuggets? And a guy actually put a nugget under a microscope and there is weird shit in those nuggets. Like plastic threads.
I've never thought that McDonald's chicken.
17 seconds. Can we say the average human can run the 100 meters in 7? Like, could Joey Chestnut run the 100 meters in 17 seconds?
Okay.
So if we're saying he gets this whole process done in 25 to 30 seconds.
Okay, hold on. How long did we say takes Joey Chestnut to do
8 seconds?
8 seconds? That's not even that. I mean, that's...
I think you could say that Joey Chestnut can eat a hot dog and run 100 meters in 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, so
do we think that Usain Bolt can eat a hot dog in 20 seconds?
Right,
essentially,
that's exactly. Yes, I do. I think with a little bit of training,
nope.
But we're just talking about today
and chewing.
If they had to go right now, I don't think
training. Yeah, but then again, I mean, I feel like he could lower his hot dog eating time dramatically with a little practice, a lot more than Joey Chestnut trying to turn himself into a sprinter.
Here's the deal. He runs the 100 meters in a little bit longer than it takes Joey Chestnut to eat a hot dog. His record is 9.58. So then what we're asking is, the basis of this question is, if he can run it in 9.5, will he be able to eat a hot dog faster than Joey Chestnut running the 100-meter dash?
That's true.
All I know is I want to see this on TNT. It's the next iteration of the match, and I want Charles Barkley commentating on it.
I'm taking Joey Chestnut.
What would make it entertaining is if Bolt ran first and Joey ate first to go with their strengths, and then Zane had to finish up his hot dog before. Oh, I'm in. We're doing this. Ryan Gilbert, get their agents on the phone.
What about water? Is he allowed to dip it in water?
I would hope so. It's part of the eating process.
I think you should.
That would slow down Joey.
I think you should be allowed to consume the hot dog however way you fit, as long as it is one hot dog and one bun.
I don't see how there's any way you can eat a hot dog in less than 20 seconds. At a normal human, I don't see how there's any. I don't see how he can do that. Because if we just think 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3, like you can't eat it in one bite.
Oh, I could. I'm not one bite. I could eat it in less than 20 seconds. If you dip it in water, it's not that much substance once you dip the bun in water. And then the water helps lubricate the, that just sounded horrible, the swallowing process.
What happens if he throws up? Because if you throw up...
Reversal doesn't count. Reversals get reversed.
Because I think Usain Bolt would throw up.
I think, it is. That actually is the term.
If he had to eat a hot dog and then run 100 meters, Usain Bolt would throw up. Joey Chestnut wouldn't.
One hot dog in 100 meters? I don't think
he's throwing up.
Yeah.
I think Usain Bolt.
Keeping that down.
Usain Bolt doesn't even need to run in 10 seconds. He can just skip, down the track. But I think that ultimately, Joey and his chewing skills, I think he does that first, runs it, and then I think Usain Bolt would also run first and then try eating the hot dog at the end.
I feel like it would be harder to eat it after you ran because you're breathing so heavy and then you're trying to eat it at the same time. I feel like it'd be easier to eat it first and then run.
It really is a good question. We could go on for hours about this.
I think we have the thumbnail.
Cole, when you're a teacher one day, first day of class, a nice icebreaker would be this question.
You're right. I like that.
Yeah, it'd be a better icebreaker. Vodka shots, but you'd probably get fired.
Worth it, though.
And arrested.
Yeah.
Details.
The humans will be right back.
If you're in the market for investment-worthy bags, watches, and fine jewelry, Rebag is the answer. Rebag is a luxury resale marketplace where each piece is carefully vetted and verified by experts to ensure quality and authenticity. If you're in the market, use Rebag to buy and sell finds from the world's top brands, including Hermes, Chanel, and Cartier. Head to Rebag.com to get 10% off your first purchase with code REBAG10. Shop today at Rebag.com. That's REBAG.com and use promo code REBAG10 for 10% off your first purchase.
JamesAllen.com is the online destination to easily design a customized engagement ring and save up to 50% compared to traditional stores. You pick a diamond, whether it's lab-created or earth-created. James Allen has over 200,000 conflict-free stones. Then you pick your ring setting and metal. And if you need some help, they have real-time diamond consultations available where an expert can walk you through it all. Get 25% off your order at JamesAllen.com code podcast. That's JamesAllen.com code podcast.
The ads are done. Speak humans.
Next question comes from...
Fun hater.
Comes from Bootsy. Is that right?
Sure. Okay. Bootsy.
Bootsy.
I like it.
You have mentioned enjoying Manhattan Brewing Company in the past. If they made a beer named after you like they did for Coach Tang, what would you want it to be called, and what sort of beer/flavor would you want it to be?
There's only one answer for me.
Well, go ahead.
It's called Zachtoberfest Ale.
Zachtoberfest Ale. It's so true.
I've got a perfect answer.
Go.
You name it the Flancy and you put beer and pineapple in it.
Please explain.
The Flancy?
Why would it be the Flancy?
The Nancy's already taken.
So what's special about yours?
Yeah, why is
It's
it
the
you?
same exact thing.
Oh.
Oh, my God. He's not only a thief, he's
a criminal.
Criminal. What would yours be, Cole?
I don't know. I think it would have to be... Okay, so...
How about a Christmas beer named Lump of Coal?
That's a great idea.
So good.
That's actually a good idea.
Fitz needs to be in the beer naming
I think
world.
The only beer I like are Mexican lagers, so I think you do El Fitz.
The El Fitz?
El Fitz.
The Fitzifico.
Fitzifico, yes.
Nice. Fitzifico.
So I was in downtown Lee Summit not too long ago, and there's
they have a downtown.
Yeah, I'm with Zach.
It's a
Did you get a
beautiful
tattoo?
area. No, I did not.
Oh, really?
It's really nice. It's like there's a bunch of bars down there. It's kind of like an adult Aggieville. That's the best way I use to describe it.
I would say that adults do go to Aggieville. Aggieville is for adults.
It is.
It's for fun for all ages.
It is.
Particularly if you've got a fake ID.
But there's a little like coffee shop bar that was there, and the drink that I had was like, I'm your rapper's favorite rapper, and I don't know, it was like had to do with tequila and a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
I would think Lee Summit might have like a chewing tobacco bar or something like that.
I think you're making Lee Summit out to be kind of...
I don't know any Lee Summit stereotypes, so we're just trusting you.
I'm just going with Missouri stereotypes.
Lee Summit is the Johnson County of Missouri.
Yeah.
So
is it really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah. But I'm going with this is I think you should... That reminded me of when Michael Beasley said, I'm your player's favorite player. So maybe there should be like a Michael Beasley drink.
Well, it's not going to be that quote. It's going to be...
We'll play him in Africa?
That's going to be Michael Beasley's African Ale.
That would be really good.
That's good. That was nice. That was lovely, by the way.
Excuse me.
That was good. That added a little flavor.
I was thinking about the ale.
So to speak, to the podcast. Let's move on.
Next question comes from Chris66204.
We love Chris. We love Chris.
Big time musicians famously have writers in their contracts detailing items to be provided in their dressing rooms. Example, Eminem requires large, fresh jumbo shrimps with cocktail sauce and plenty of lemons and 1 jar of banana pepper rings. What would be in your rider?
I think we've had the writers.
We've had that before, and I don't remember what I've said.
I'm clearly going to have 5-hour energies. If I got to go out and perform, I need to be hyped up. Like one more sip of 5-hour away from a heart explosion. All right? I think I need a lot of 5-hour.
Body armor for me.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know.
Are you anti-body armor now?
I'm sorry. I was thinking of something different. I don't even
want to know.
I was thinking of Axe. I have no idea from body armor to Axe, but that's what my brain did.
All right, so yeah, I'm going to take
body armor's good.
Body armor.
By the way, I had the grape strawberry. Very good.
Oh,
yes.
It's still not my favorite.
Is that the Kobe one?
It's the Kobe.
Yeah.
The Mamba.
I like the ones with caffeine in it, actually.
I haven't had one of those yet.
I get those whenever.
Well, that sounds like it's designed for fits.
Yeah,
so.
you would enjoy it. I'll say body armor.
Gills, what would you want in your?
Cole's gonna like this: chicken, nuts, zucchini.
We're just going with all of
What else
Ryan
am I
Gilbert
missing?
stereotypes.
Smoothies.
Yeah, and queso.
And
we love queso. That'd actually be Zach's.
And Busch Light.
True.
Lattes.
You could get queso in
queso on my rider. It'd be terrible. It'd be cold.
Have you ever had like Lucha's queso fundido or the queso verde, queso chorizo, or are you just a Blanco guy?
I'm a Blanco guy.
Do we have all those choices?
All of them, yeah.
I never know that.
I might have had the Fundito before.
Fundito's so good. I'll get the Fundito as a meal and just eat that.
So many things you can do with it.
It's Fundito. Plus, people don't know this. That is, whenever I go to Mexico, I get greeted, hey, it's Fundito! That's what they call me down there. Yeah.
I think mine would be the whole bowl of M&Ms, but one color needs to be gone.
Van Halen, no greens?
Yeah, but I like the greens.
I like the greens.
I don't know which one I'd get rid
Brown.
of. That's probably the one.
Brown. Why do we have brown ones? Why did you do that? I'd probably get rid of the blue ones,
Why do
too,
they even-
because why do they do that?
Why do they even paint the brown M&Ms? Like, why do they coat them?
Valid.
They should just be out there.
I think the podcast is over. This is a question we can't answer. This is the last overtime we've ever done. We have no answer for that one.
And probably like an odd number of Red Bulls or something.
Just
like they couldn't go and buy one pack of Red Bull, like not a 4-pack or a 12-pack. Like it'd be something just like 9.
Do you know why they do this? It's not because they're all weird. The agents that draw up the contracts want to make sure the venues are reading the contracts, because if they miss something in the rider, they might have missed something safety related, performance related. So they're making sure that everyone is reading the contract. So they know that on top of this, they need a certain number, I don't know, music stuff, whatever. They need that too. That is being addressed because they didn't forget to take the green oh my God.
M&Ms.
I try to say M&M. Oh my God.
So speaking
the
of Speaking of M&Ms, Eminem is in this question. So
my favorite white rapper. I can't even talk now. What's happened?
My question to you all is, what is the term? I'm quizzing you. What is the term jumbo shrimp? What is the English terminology for jumbo shrimp? There's a specific term that relates to these two words being interconnected. Do we know?
The heck?
So, I know what you're saying. I understand the question. I don't know the term.
Huh.
If you just called them a prawn, like the English do, you wouldn't have to worry about jumbo shrimp.
Oh, is that what technically a jumbo shrimp is, a prawn?
It is an oxymoron.
Well, I know that. Oh,
That
you
was-
meant English as a
that's what he
language, not a
meant.
country.
Yes.
Like military intelligence.
No, like,
Yeah.
Like
I was trying to quiz you.
Gilbert Bartender. Yeah.
Stick to history, bud.
Okay, let's go on.
Next question comes from I Like Pickles Cat once again. For Zach and the youths, in the new Top Gun, a bunch of
Pronounce Utes. Go ahead.
a bunch of mid to late 20-year-olds all knew of the words and tunes to Great Balls of Fire. Are you confident you know any song from that era as well?
No.
I still haven't seen the new one.
Oh, it's awesome.
I haven't seen the new one
I
either.
watched it. I watched it like yesterday. It was
That going
really
to the
good.
new one involves leaving my house.
And Fitz only does that for food.
Pretty much
They
anymore.
got
Or
food at the
alcohol.
theater.
I'll go for alcohol. You know that damn well, Gilbert. Don't sell me short, brother.
They have a bar there.
Oh, they do now.
To answer this
And they have
question,
food.
I'm
That's
going to
pretty
say
good food.
yes. I really do. If it's a popular song, I feel like I would know it because I knew
Then
that
name
song.
one that you're so confident, bud.
Well, I'd have to. Well, it's
There
a
you go.
tune, right? So think of like Marvin Gaye. Is Marvin Gaye in that era, or is he a little bit? Is he a little bit later?
Close-ish. Yeah, it's a little. Marvin Gaye's actually after Great Balls of Fire.
I've got
There's-
sunshine.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
there is
Beautiful.
no.
That was
Even though that's the Temptations, I would know them too.
okay. Go.
Honestly, there's no song really ever that I'm confident enough in that I can get every lyric right.
Oh, I can't get lyrics right. I suck at lyrics.
Oh, I'm actually pretty.
Songs
I can't
come
get
on the
lyrics right if
radio
they're in front of me.
today I can sing along to and still get the lyrics wrong.
It's my favorite songs. I still get lyrics wrong. I'm horrible at retention of lyrics and singing.
Ryan, I'm not even going to ask because I know the answer is no for you on this, right?
He doesn't even know who Jerry Lee Lewis is. Do you know who Jerry Lee Lewis is?
Nope.
Okay, there we go.
So what
That's
about
where we had our party
What
in
party?
the bowl game.
We did.
Elvis? Do you know who Elvis is?
I do know who Elvis is. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Would you know any songs by Elvis?
Thank you very much.
Tutti Frutti? Is that Elvis? No?
Right
No.
now, no.
Is it? You have to tell me.
No. How about Love Me Tender?
Okay, who's Tutti Frutti? Who's that? Is that Elvis?
No, I don't know who Tutti Frutti. Alexa, who sings Tutti Frutti? Oh, Rudy.
Little Richard sang.
Thank you.
Little Richard. There we
That's
go.
yeah. That's what I was.
Little
thinking
Richard.
What about Heartbreak Hotel? Would you know that song?
of. Nope.
Okay.
What about the Beach Boys? I would know the Beach Boys. See, I'm answering this question.
That's
with
because
examples.
you're a stoner surfer.
Cole, can I give you a fun fact?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Taco Lucha has a special. Comes out once every couple months. The Elvis Taco. And you know what's on it?
Peanut butter and banana.
There you go.
Banana. Is it
There you
straight up a banana and peanut butter in a tortilla?
Yeah, and there's steak,
no meat.
honey,
Oh,
a couple other things. Yeah.
Are you guys going to go see the new Elvis movie?
I didn't know there was one.
well,
You didn't see this?
Fitz is going to go see it.
Thank you very much.
They're coming out with like a biop of,
I'm fascinated by Elvis.
and Tom Hanks is in it. He's like the guy who's the promoter.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It looks really good. Like really
I
good.
can't think of the guy's name. Colonel something.
Colonel Sanders.
No, it's not. It's totally different. Let's go on. Go on.
From Chris66204, which GPC crew member is most likely to be heavily invested in crypto?
Zach.
Zach.
Absolutely Zach.
Next question.
Zach actually asked some crypto. How's that going for you?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
I had it for like a couple months. But like, the thing with crypto is if you're buying it like through Venmo or PayPal or whatever, or, you know, you don't have to quote unquote go through a wallet. You don't own your crypto if you're just buying it there. And I've learned more about crypto, and it's just like you need to own your keys to own your crypto. You don't want to leave it out there floating around with some random thing, because if you read the terms and conditions of using certain wallets, it's like if we go under, bye. Like we're going to pay off our creditors before we pay you. So
interesting.
There's things you got to understand, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to own a hard drive to keep Bitcoin on, because I'd be worried about losing the hard drive.
Yeah,
there's benefits to having your stuff in the cloud, but at the same time, if it gets stolen, it's gone. So it's strange, but no, I don't currently have any crypto. I will buy some crypto at some time. I just think that it's
a good time to buy.
The market's weird, but at the same time, the purpose of crypto isn't to make money off of it. It's to eventually use it. That's the point and the purpose and the utility of it. So
I think the purpose is to make money.
I mean, yes, you will make money, but eventually you're going to use your crypto to spend.
I don't use cryptocurrencies. I use Meow wallets.
It's really popular in areas outside of Miami.
Apparently, it's going to be no longer a thing.
Did you guys see that met with the NCAA?
Yeah. I mean, and the guy played it off. Well, the NCAA is just doing their homework. They're just because you cheated. You clearly bought a player.
So is Go State Kate going to change his profile picture now that?
Didn't that company have their IPO and it started at like $11 a share and then it tanked to below $1, I think. He was worth like $1 billion when it opened, and he was worth like $100 million after it closed or something.
Love it. I love it. I don't understand how you can be worth $1 billion for something that doesn't.
Part of me wonders if Nigel Pack actually got paid.
Could you imagine?
I don't wish Nigel doesn't get paid, but I think it would serve as a great lesson for all these kids. You're looking for something. I'm not sure a lot of these will pay off. Particularly if you're leaning on a Chinese company.
Like, I wonder how many checks haven't cleared yet. I'm really curious.
I mean, he still gets to live in Miami.
If the check clears.
Yeah.
If there's one player that they set an example for the rest of the athletes for, I hope it's Antoine Davis, not Nigel Pack.
Yeah. Agree. I don't know. Okay.
Next question?
Please.
And final question.
Oh, good.
Oh, so sad.
From Chris66204. This is a hard-hitting question, you guys. Like, very hard-hitting. I hope we're ready for this. You can only have one for the rest of your life. Cheez-Its, Cheetos, Cheese Puffs.
Real quick, Chris, what did goldfish ever do to you?
That's a good point.
True.
Why do we have to go with Cheese Puffs?
Yeah, you can just cross them off the list.
Because Cheese Puffs could fall under the Cheetos.
Cheeto Puffs are amazing.
You're goldfish. If goldfish is on the list, Zach's goldfish.
You know what's funny?
What? You stopped?
I haven't had goldfish for a long time.
Wow, did you go cold fishy?
They don't taste the same.
Oh, that's a good point. I'm a Cheetos guy. I love Cheetos. Not
what kind of Cheetos?
The original Cheetos. Not the Flamin' Hot, not the puffed up ones.
I love crunchy Cheetos.
Crunchy ones. The original Cheetos. I love them.
You're not a Flamin' Hot fan?
I'm Flamin' Hot, but I'm not a fan of those. I can't take spicy. What was that?
Oven baked?
Those are the puffs.
No,
they're
like supposed to be healthier. But
those baked.
Of course you would know that. Who the hired the healthy guy? Who did that? The guy that always says bad words at the end of the podcast, and I can't bleep them out. And he eats healthy.
What a mess. I'm going Cheez-Its.
Daphne is so scared right now. Honey, it was all a joke, baby. It was a joke.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I don't even want to answer anymore.
Dude's just over there. My dad sucks. Look at him. He looks like he's passed out drunk. Hi, buddy.
There's so much work you have to do.
But I did it all at the end where I listened to the end anyhow.
Is this the overtime or the questions?
This was questions.
So I can't mention Flaco Fluka by name in this one?
What?
This is overtime.
This is the overtime. Okay, I can mention Taco.
Why am I cussing on the questions podcast?
Gills,
are you even here? This is what eating healthy does to you.
Oh, yeah.
You get a mushed brain. My brain is fueled with tater tots, vodka, and Cheetos, and regrets. and I am sharp as a spoon. What was your answer, Cole?
Cheez-Its.
Wrong.
Thank you for listening to the Power Cat Podcast. Make sure you're subscribing to our show at Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you get your podcasts. Power Cat Podcast, all rights reserved, gopowercat.com.
With Blue Link Plus, you can access your Hyundai Tucson Limited remotely. Doors unlocked, temperature set, lost car found.
There it is.
Get complimentary class-leading Blue Link Plus. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.